The Gauntlet of Polo is appropriately named. What a challenge it is. You start with the CV Whitney, then within a month you go to the USPA Gold Cup, and then within a month you go to the one that caps it all off, the US Open. This is all compact within a 3-month period.
Tournaments that have been playing for more than 100 years is very special.
It just feels like they're getting younger and they're getting better and better every year.
They're all competing to win as much as we can. Every game is a final to us.
We've always had prodigies featured in polo, but never depth of young talent like this. These guys are talented, they're hungry, they're eager to take the baton and elevate this game.
For years, we've seen these, legacy teams and players have dominated the sport. For 20 years, they've been the guys to beat. The young players are starting to be able to beat them.
Everybody has to be ready, and every match is crucial. The Gauntlet of Polo is like nothing else in sports. You have 3 grueling tournaments in a short period of time, over 3 months. You start with the CV Whitney, you go to the USPA Gold Cup, and capping it off is the US Open, the most coveted prize of all in US polo.
It's the dream of every polo player to get to come down and play in these 3 tournaments. But, this is a 3-month time period that we're talking about here, and to have horses peak for 3 months is incredibly difficult.
Historians are having to go through the history books and say, I don't know if we've had this cluster of talent at this level ever. They're the young and have arrived. They've established themselves already. They are the young guns that are making a major impact on the sport, maybe like never seen before.
We're at a transition point in polo right now where the young players are starting to be able to beat them.
Right now they're here, and they're in the gauntlet, and they're playing for championships. I can't remember another sport where this many great players have come in this short a period of time. And you see like Castagnola, who's 23 years old, Perotto Cambiaso, who's 20 years old. They're probably the 2 best players in the world, or pretty close right now. It'd be hard to argue that they aren't the 2 best. And then you have Siobhan, who's 18, who's already a veteran of playing in these tournaments. And then there's Merlos, who's getting ready to turn 19. So, these are 5 guys that are just making a huge impact already.
To be 18 years of age and have the opportunity to play at the highest level here in America is definitely an amazing experience. An opportunity that I think everyone wants, every polo player desires. So I'm really grateful to my father that taught me a lot for me to be here now, and to La Delfina that gave me the opportunity to play.
The way they understand the game and they play and the horsepower that they have, and it's just things, I don't know, it's the way they move around, it's really impressive. These kids have been playing 22-goal, 24-goal, 28-goal practices their whole life growing up, and now they come and it's just another day for them.
I think the game has changed a little bit. I think younger players play more now. With my father, I try not to disagree, because at the end of the day, I know that he's the one he knows.
The Gauntlet of Polo, it consists of the winter polo season. It's the dream of every polo player to get to come down and play in these 3 tournaments.
The prestige for the Gauntlet, in the world right now, this is the best polo you're going to have anywhere, with the best players, the best horses, and the biggest organizations competing. They're all competing to win as much as we can. Every game is a final to us. That importance to win the cups, it makes it so difficult, because big organizations have horses on horses on horses, and the best players in the world, ranging from the Cambiasos, the Castagnolas, to the Perez's. It's difficult, and for a small organization like us, we're just here to win game by game.
Big Tim Duda has done everything he possibly can. I should say both of them, but especially Tim has done everything he can to get Timmy as well mounted as he can and give him every single opportunity to succeed. Tim would say, tomorrow when we play against Adolfo, we're going to take it as a learning experience. It's an honor for us to be on the field with Adolfo, and we're going to take everything that we can away from that game to improve our team and make us that much better.
Small details matter because they equal big details, and then big details equal wins.
he never got rattled having those big guys come to him, and he would go to them, and he's such a great team player.
Final score is going to be 14-9. Congratulations, the Dudacorp wins their first ever Gauntlet of Polo trophy. I am so excited for them. Congratulations, guys. They played so well.
It's honestly a dream come true. I still can't believe it. It hasn't kicked in yet. This is the dream of my mind, my father's, everybody in the barn, the grooms, the staff, the riders, pilots.
It was everybody that has a hand in helping Dudacorp polo team. It's all their win just as much as our win, and that's truly what it means to me, is that finally we were able to do it for everybody.
We haven't had a Gauntlet of Polo champion since the inception of the Gauntlet back in 2019. When Dudacorp started playing the CV Whitney Cup and they got better and better and better and better, then they go up against the juggernaut that is Pilot, and they beat him. They didn't just beat him, they thrashed him.
I knew we would win when everything clicked. When the team clicked, the horses clicked, the players were on. From the first chukker that we went out, I said, today is our day.
Every one of them thought, man, maybe we can do it. You know, like, it's not just the big 2 or 3 teams that are gonna win. They all felt like they had a chance, and that's so important for polo in and of itself, but they proved that it could be done. So then they win and they beat Pilot, and then things are rocking and rolling, they're doing great, and then all of a sudden, Timmy Duda gets appendicitis the night before the semifinals, I believe. So Timmy Duda gets appendicitis the night before the semifinals, and he can't play the next day. They go out, they have a replacement, and the team really missed Timmy. That's the thing about it. He's such an integral part of that team that made that whole dynamic work, that without him, the team suffered and they lost.
The USPA Gold Cup is a premier trophy in the sport because it's right in the middle of the gauntlet. Of course, if you won the CV Whitney, this is now the litmus test. I win this, now I've got a shot at the gauntlet. How many get a shot at the gauntlet? It's so rare. Even if you didn't, this is a chance for redemption. So the USPA Gold Cup stands on its own as well. There's pride in winning that. I almost won the CV Whitney, so I'm going to show you in the Gold Cup that I belong here in the gauntlet, and we'll see how good I am now, and then we'll take a shot at the US Open.
La Dauphine Scone and Team Pilot, 2 of the best in the world. And on display here, the power of youth. Of the 8 players you're going to see, 5 are under the age of 25. That's never happened before. They're respectful of the legends, but they know it's their time, and they want to elevate this sport.
5 guys, 23 or younger. This is the youngest championship ever. Most of these guys are following in their father's footsteps. So, you see that, and all of them have a unique style. They've followed their dad a little bit. There's some similarities between their dad, but they've carved their own niche out there the way they play.
And still moving along is Pilot. And look at the stick handling and taking it in. Castagnola.
It's really impressive and incredible the things they can do at such a young age, and now 18 seems old almost. It just feels like they're getting younger, kids are getting younger, and they're getting better and better every year. Polo's, I think, in a really good spot with watching all these kids play, and they're just getting better and better, and they're getting younger and younger. So it's really cool to watch.
Picked up by Castagnola, back to Weiss.
Weiss is on a roll right now. Shaban, take it all the way in. Can't catch up with him this time. 3rd goal of the game.
Playing with La Dauphine always helps. You're always going to be improving. The practices you play are great. Adolfo's a great coach, and the way he tells you and he builds your confidence up, and playing with Poroto is unbelievable. I mean, the guy, he really can do anything, and sometimes we rely a little too much on him, but he can handle it, thankfully.
So the drop back pass was the main strategy that we saw this year. He's got the ball, he's going. Traditionally, someone would come to him, his teammates would go for a pass, and he hits a pass. Now, when he draws somebody to him, he drops it back and then takes off, and then the guy that's traditionally supposed to stay with the ball doesn't know if he should go with the ball or stay with the man or what, and then the guy behind just loops it right back to him. And Adolfo and Poroto were the ones that pioneered this technique. In the finals of the Gold Cup, with Scone playing against Pilot, where Scone was too focused on the drop back pass and not getting anywhere, or moving this way and that way instead of this way and this way up and down the field, Pilot would make 2 or 3 little drop back passes, and then Lorenzo would take off, and then here comes the bomb, and Lorenzo would go down and score. And that's where I think Pilot really dominated in the final, was using the same technique. Both teams are using the same technique, but Pilot took it to the next level and really made it shine.
Wellington is known as the equestrian capital of the world in the winter. They come from all over. There's dressage, there's show jumping as well. And then of course the polo fields.
I think the fields are amazing. The club in the NPC, they're doing a great job.
You have games ranging from 4-goal in other clubs all the way to the US Open and the Gauntlet at 22 goals. So you really get an amazing variety with an incredible weather.
Barns are perfect for the ponies. It's everything you could ask for if you're an equestrian. It's certainly well known. You say, hey, Palm Beach in the winter, what do you think of? Horses.
The organizations playing here are very good. Everything is very professional. Well, the umpires, the cameras, everything.
Now it's sold out in advance. You know, you've got to really hustle to get here.
Both sides of the field completely filled up. There's not a seat in the stands that aren't taken up.
So when you step out on that field, when fans are here in the stands watching the players and the ponies, they know they're seeing the highest level, as good as it gets, and it happens here every year. Now you look around the world, there's the Argentine Open, which is here. It's huge. It's the one globally recognized as the greatest. You had the British Open, the king of Europe. Then the US Open is right there in North America, especially in the US. What do you want to win? You want to win the US Open, because that's what they will ask you. I'm sure they asked Tom Brady before his first Super Bowl win, you want to win a Super Bowl? Yes, that marks me as one of the great quarterbacks. But when you win the US Open, then they say, you are a US Open champ, aren't you? And they go, yeah, I played in the best and I've won.
So in the US Open, you have Coca-Cola and BTA got the bye straight to the semifinals. So they didn't have to go to the mini quarters. Pilot had to go into a do or die shootout just to get into the mini quarterfinals, which means another game on their horses. BTA, this is their second year playing in the high goal, and so it was a husband-wife combo, which was so cool in and of itself to see. They were definitely the underdog. They did not have a very good CV Whitney and Gold Cup. That intensity can be taken either way. It can be, positive or negative. The first part of the season, it was kind of a negative, but then once, especially the Krugers really figured him out, it became a positive. And all of a sudden, they win, and they win again, and then they win again. And it's like, where do these guys come from? An extra game on your horses at that level is massive. So BTA had a huge advantage there going into the final over Pilot because they had that much less wear and tear on their horses. For BTA to be a second-year team, basically, and to get to the finals of the US Open is unheard of. It's a Cinderella story in and of itself. On top of that, to beat Adolfo, #1 player in the world, in the semis, to get to the finals makes it even more spectacular. And then they're gonna go up against Pilot. Pilot has won the US Open several times, and they're hot at this point. The CV Whitney wasn't their tournament, the Gold Cup was, and the US Open wasn't their tournament until later on, when it became do or die, where it was like their life in the tournament was on the line every game. I'm a commentator. I'm not supposed to have favorites. I'm not supposed to be biased one way or the other, but how can you not be? You know, a second-year team, BTA, an all-American team, basically. I mean, they are the epitome of what inspires everyone in America to play polo.
We had a tough start of the US Open, and I think horses are everything for a player. You know, it's like the 90% or 80% in our game. If you have a good team, your horses can play better also. The whole organization has an amazing group of people that also helps a lot in the week. We were very lucky and super happy to be in another final with this team.
We're a second-year organization. You know, I feel like we finished well last year. We just had some bad luck to not go through, but it's the pinnacle of American polo. I mean, it's what you kind of dream about as a kid when you're playing in, you know, logo polo. It's what you strive for. So I mean, we have a pretty good one too in Pinello and Viana. So we're super excited, and you know, we're gonna go start working to prepare for the final.
The polo shirt started on the field, and what began there didn't stay there. It moved beyond the game into everyday life around the world. From the sport that gave it its name to the shirt that became an icon. The polo shirt, an icon born from the game. US Polo ASSN, born to play.
O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's been a very competitive and surprising US Open Championship and left us with a very intriguing matchup. On one side today, the powerhouse organization Team Pilot, led by world champion Hedda Castagnola and the teen sensation Lorenzo Chavan. On the other side, the Texas-based Team BTA, looking for their first ever US Open Championship, led by the power couple Steve and Casey Kruger.
Love is in the air too. We got a husband and wife team playing for a championship. We look through the record books. We don't think it's ever happened.
Strategy has changed everything in terms of the horses. You think of the speed of the game. One of the reasons is you have so many horses.
Chavan has just been spectacular throughout this tournament. Gives it up ahead to his teammate, who puts it through just like that. It's on the roll. Who will catch up with it? Weiss cuts the shot, puts it through. What a goal. What hustle.
You think about the coordination between all the grooms that have to have the horses right there, because it's not just like, hey, I'm going to pick and choose this horse. This horse is going to be here. This was going to be here. This is going to be my third. I'm going to ride this one in the third chukker. It's all planned out. It's not haphazard.
And welcome back to the US Open Polo Championship. It is halftime here on a Stevie Day in South Florida, and Team Pilot leads at 8-5, 2 open goal penalties in the third chukker, but BTA trying to claw back in 2 late goals before halftime.
Strategy is really becoming crucial, even more so than ever before.
Castagnola on the move, giving chase is Viana. Castagnola and Viana, it is a horse race. Castagnola lifts it ahead. Castagnola still on the move. Can he get there first? Castagnola does, and he scores.
Strategy has changed a lot. You know, a lot of what I call a give and go. If this were basketball, the guy will set it up, The guy will come along behind him and get the ball.
Swooping in is Siobhan. Siobhan has it. Siobhan is all alone, and Siobhan is going to take it in, and that is number 102 in this tournament, his second of this game.
You know, I've seen that more in the last few years, and I think we're going to see a lot more things like that. Strategies really becoming crucial, even more so than ever before.
Viana, he will leave it back. Now moving right again is Pinello. Leaves it back for Viana. Viana's shot is on the way, yes!
But, you know, that's the one thing about polo that is unique to other sports. You know, we talk about all the individual talent in some of the other sports and how they come along and how we're having this magnificent, special cluster of great, talented young players. But to go with them is the component of the horse. It is truly a team sport.
Yeah, Castagnola and Siobhan, they came here with a purpose to win this U.S. Open. That was part of the plan for the gauntlet when it started, and they're ready to make do on it. And Siobhan will take it and tap it in and just build on that lead.
I think it's a faster, more aggressive game overall. Not that it always wasn't an aggressive, fast-paced game, but it seems like they've added just a little notch here and there. You know, we've seen it like in other sports. You know, where you see running backs are a little quicker than they used to be, some of the NFL. Maybe it's the nutrition of these young guys, the training of these young guys. I think that's helped a lot. You know, these are teenagers. They've been playing, some of these guys that even if they're like 20 years old, they're like 6-year veterans of playing. 23 years old, they're almost like an old man now.
The conditioning of the players and the horses is so important in polo, especially during the gauntlet, 3-month period of the gauntlet. Those kinds of things separate the good from the best. They don't take a day off. The game has become truly professional in every way you can think about.
Reality is, it's time in the saddle and time in the barn will pay off.
I try not to look back with titles, with plays, with games. I try to not look back. I mean, being young, just to get the opportunity to play, for me, that was what I wanted.
The leading scorer in this tournament, fittingly, is going to wrap this thing up.
So you've done the Grand Slam, you've won the Argentine Open, you've won the British Open, and I've seen you so many times in England, and now you've just won the US Open. You've won the 3 biggest tournaments in the world at 23 years of age.
Sí, una locura. La verdad que muy rápido todo, pero bueno, trabajamos para esto, hay mucha gente atrás y bueno, aprovechar para agradecerle a todos los que me ayudaron a mi corta carrera, que son gran parte de todo esto. Nada, disfrutamos todo, el día a día, las prácticas, los partidos, todo, y bueno, y terminar con la Gold Cup y el US Open es increíble.
You can be a great player, but if you don't have a very good, if not great horse, it's going to affect your game. You know, that's the basics of it. That's what you got to get down to. Polo is probably, I don't know if it's at its highest level yet, but it's higher than it has been in years, and it keeps getting better. You know, we see these polo ponies out here, and just a magnificent array of talent to go along with the humans.
What a performance by Pilot here today, 15-10 over BTA. And we're seeing stars that we're going to be keeping an eye on for a long time in Hedda Castagnola and Lorenzo Siobhan.